Thank you, Chair Woodhouse. Good morning. My name is Nathan Anderson. I'm here from the Washoe Education Association and the Nevada State Education Association. First, I want to start off actually to discuss the school climate information that Christy McGill brought up. I really appreciate what she brought up. As a teacher and also representing educators, I think that she really, the comments around empowering our voice as well as trying to create or be aware of what's happening in our school climate. Again, I really appreciate when she brought that up because our working conditions are our students' learning conditions. And I think that she, with the school climates and whether or not those surveys work and everything, is a great way for us to really look at how our students are learning, but then also how we as employees are being treated. I also wanted to thank Assemblymember Thompson for bringing up some of the concerns that were brought up in yesterday's Education Committee. We are under attack. Our educators, our support professionals are feeling unsafe in our schools. And many of our school climates, I was looking through the Washoe County School District school climates, are showing that. And so the fact that the Department of Ed is aware of this and trying to get some funds to help with it, again, I greatly appreciate. So I wanted to just say that before going into the assessment information under 2697. The lack of the people in the classroom's voice when discussing the evaluations and, the assessments is very concerning. When Assemblymember Thompson asked, okay, who's part of the stakeholders? And it was very clear that it was only district personnel. That is very upsetting because assessments are taking up so much of our time. And then to be told that professional development is what is the best way to be able to handle assessments, again, that does not help us as educators, and that is not helping our kids. That is the most important thing that we should be using with those assessments. And so currently, I've got problems with that. I also share Chair Carlton's concerns when it comes to the funding of it. What exactly should be taken off our plate? I just wanted to, I was not going to say anything, but then listening to it, the professional development piece is so important in so many areas that we want to make sure that it's worth our time as educators. When we're hearing that our principals are going to have to go through another training that's going to take them out of our schools and not able to be working with our kids or with us as the educators in the classroom, that's concerning. So if there is professional development, it's got to be worth our time. And it's also got to be worth the money invested in it. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Ms. Anderson, go ahead.
Good morning. Alexander Marks with the Nevada State Education Association. NSEA takes particular interest in budget item 2697, the department's budget on assessments and accountability. We believe that the legislature has an opportunity to streamline student assessments and possibly achieve savings within this budget. During the 2017 legislative session, Senator Woodhouse sponsored Senate Bill 303 at NSEA's request. The bill required the Department of Education to audit student assessments in Nevada and include a plan to improve and streamline these assessments. Unfortunately, the audit, which was due no later than December 1st, 2017, was not submitted by the department until January 20th of 2019. The final report did not follow the requirements required in SB 303, most notably by not including a recommendation to streamline these assessments. The audit does contain some important information about the amount of time teachers are spending administering these assessments. For the SBAC annual assessment, 69% of district test directors stated that too much time was spent on these assessments. For the SBAC interim assessment, 84% of district directors stated too much time was spent on this assessment. While tests like the SBAC and end-of-course exams are widely disliked, the department recommended more funding to communicate to stakeholders about the, quote, benefits of these assessments. Educators know about the benefits and shortcomings of these tests and appreciate the need to spend less time testing and more time teaching. It's that simple in our opinion. Budget 2697 proposes increases to the line items for state assessment contracts. We believe that these contracts should be reduced over time as Nevada moves towards a more streamlined system of state assessments. Certainly no money should be appropriated to communicate, quote, the benefits of these assessments to educators. Like the department's audit, this budget item misses the mark. It's time for the legislature to ensure our educators and students have more time teaching, learning, and less time testing. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Marks. Go ahead.
Madam Chair, Chris Daly, Nevada State Education Association, just continuing on some points about the student assessment budget related to the assessment audit, which was a very frustrating process over the last 22 months. I do want to address some of the comments made during this hearing by department staff. It was expressed that all of the state assessments are required either federally through ESSA or through state mandate. But I would just point out that the specific assessments are not required. So while ESSA requires a summative assessment, it does not require that we administer the SBAC. In fact, New Mexico's new governor, Governor Grisham, recently ordered the suspension and replacement of the PARCC test, which is the other major multi-state testing consortium similar to the SBAC. So there is the ability to make significant changes to state assessments through working with the federal government, working with the legislature, and with other stakeholders, which hopefully include those who are administering tests in the classroom. Finally, I want to bring up the relationship between the state mandated tests and the tests that districts require. So while many of the tests that the districts require are not mandated by the state, the design of the state accountability system really drives the districts, not just to make their teachers teach to the test, but it really drives the districts to test to the test. And I think that, that is an important concept for the department to understand and to grapple with, that their system, which drives, the star ratings and, the accountability, really pushes the districts to try and create good testers. Students who are good test takers as opposed to students who are critical thinkers and whatnot. So if we want to address over-testing in Nevada, I think that we need to rethink the entire system, and we need a greater level of cooperation between the department, the districts, the legislature, educators, and the other stakeholders. Thank you.